There is no better way to start an event than with the band. Thank you all for being here. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Eric Wood, and I'm the Associate Athletic Director for Student Athlete Services, and I will serve as your MC this afternoon. We are so happy to see everyone here. This is a special day. We've been looking forward to this for a long time, and it's a special day for the University of Arkansas. It's a special day for Razorback Athletics. Today we will break ground on a facility that will be the cornerstone for the development of Razorback student athletes in years to come. We have a great program for you this afternoon, but before we get to it, I want to recognize some very special guests in attendance with us today. Please hold your applause until I've recognized each group. First, here on the stage, we have the Chancellor of the University, Dr. David Gerhardt. He's the AD, he can do that. Vice Chancellor and Director of Athletics, Jeff Long. Chairman of the Faculty Athletic Committee, Dr. Kurt Rome. Vice President of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee and sophomore women's basketball student athlete, Joey Bailey. Please join me in welcoming our We'd also like to welcome many other special guests and friends, including Chancellor Gerhardt's wife, Jane, Jeff Long's wife, Fanny, and off-script, my beautiful wife, Celia, in the back there. I still have to go home tonight, too, guys. Right. At this time, I'd like to bring to the podium my boss and someone who has worked continuously to help provide our student athletes with what they need to succeed in all aspects of the student athlete's experience. He's a leading advocate for student athletes, not just within our program, but here at Arkansas, but through intercollegiate athletics. Please welcome Mr. Jeff Long.
Okay, thank you, Eric. I, too, want to welcome everybody here today, especially those student athletes and coaches that have joined us, and then also our band and our cheerleaders that are here. So thank you for those students being here and joining with us today. Also want to say thanks to Chancellor Gerhardt and Jane Gerhardt. They, as I've said many times before, we could not have more supportive Chancellor and First Lady at this university. They care about intercollegiate athletics. For me, they understand the value and importance of intercollegiate athletics on a university campus, and that means an extreme amount to us in Razorback athletics. You know, it takes a team anytime to put together a facility, to build a facility, and it started with our architect team, and it flows down through our Razorback athletics team of Senior Associate Matt Trantham and Assistant AD Justin Malin. They've coordinated the design of this facility, and they're two very important folks in our department that don't get a lot of recognition, but they are there working every day on behalf of our student athletes, and I want to thank them. And then I want to thank Eric Wood and his team and our student athlete advisory staff and our student athlete development staff. They've played an important part in helping us design this facility. It's a unique facility that combines our academics with our student athlete development and our nutrition and dining center. So, Eric, I want to thank you and your staff, and also just want to point out if there's a room that's too big or too small, it's Eric's fault. So talk to him. Today, we break ground on the fourth of four very important projects for our program. Projects that impact the men and women in our program. We opened the Fred W. Smith Center last August. We broke ground and will complete the Baseball Track and Training Center in June of 2014, this year. And then we've broken ground and will complete the Basketball Performance Center in June of 2015. But today we break ground on a facility that will impact all of our more than 460 student athletes. Not only will this impact those student athletes while they're here on this campus, but it will carry and impact them the rest of their lives. And while I take great pride in the other facilities that we've added during my tenure, this is the one that brings me the most joy and the most excitement about the impact it'll have on our program. And again, none of this would be possible without the support of Dr. Gerhard, of President Bobbitt of the system, and our Board of Trustees. And I don't know if we have any of our members here, but it's certainly without Dave's support, President Bobbitt's support, and then the Board of Trustees believing in us enough and our mission to allow us to embark on 4 very expensive projects all virtually at the same time. And again, I think that's a credit to our program because we built the trust in our Board of Trustees and our Chancellor and our President to allow us to do this. And then certainly these facilities and this facility would not happen without the support of the Razorback fans, the donors that have stepped up to help us time and time again. And I certainly recognize that we've been asking a lot. When you're doing 4 facilities in a very short period of time, we're asking our supporters to step up often. And it's not lost on me, and it means a lot that they've responded. Now, we do have some more work to do, so we'll be continuing out there and ask those friends and supporters to support us. But there are 2 families I want to recognize in conjunction with this facility, our Student Athlete Success Center. First, it's Bob and Marilyn Bogle. Our student athletes certainly know this, and many of you do, but currently our student athletes work out of the Bogle Academic Center located in the Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium. And it's been a wonderful facility, and the Bogles have invested in our student athletes, and we've seen the impact in increased graduation rates, increased GPAs for our student athletes. So when the Student Athlete Success Center moved from a dream to a reality, the first thing I did is I went to Bob and Marilyn, and I wanted to assure them that the Bogle Academic Center was not going away. It was simply going to move from inside Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium to inside our new Student Athlete Success Center. So I shared that with them, and I didn't expect it, but it wasn't just a short time later that Bob and Marilyn stepped up again, and they made a significant contribution to the Student Athlete Success Center. So I want to ask Marilyn to please stand. Please stand. Thank you, Marilyn. Bob couldn't be with us, but that's certainly a family that has been so supportive of everything we've done. And then the second family that I'd like to mention is the Fred W. Smith Center, or Fred W. Smith of the Reynolds Foundation. Fred stepped up and made, again, a significant contribution from the Reynolds Foundation to this facility. And then Fred came back and made an important personal donation as well. So, Fred Smith and the Reynolds Foundation certainly has had a huge impact on our program. None of them could be with us today, but I did want to offer up a sincere thank you to Fred W. Smith and the Reynolds Foundation. So if you could join me in a round of applause for them. All right, for any facility of this magnitude to become a reality, it really does take teamwork, like I said before. So thank you to all of you that are part of our team. Thank you for what is about to happen on this ground, something that it will be an incredible impact on our student athletes and our university. So thank you all. Go Hogs. Hashtag graduation. Hashtag never yield.
Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate your remarks. And although today is the day we officially will be breaking ground on the Student Athlete Success Center, for many months there have been meetings and planning sessions, and Jeff alluded to many of the folks that have been involved. And I've had the privilege to work directly with them over the course of the last couple of months. And I wanted to mention a few of them as well. The architect of record, WD&D. Specifically, Richard Alderman is here up front. The Heary Group is the design architect. And then the general contractor, VCC, Issa Alley, and Justin Couch, each is up front here. So we thank you. And, of course, our friends at University Facilities Management. As I mentioned, of course, our friends at University Facilities Management, the Office of Student Athlete Success, as Jeff mentioned, in particular the leadership team that has helped me as I was able to share some of our vision for it. So Marcus Sedberry, Felicia Sane, Regan Hill, and formerly Wanga Demuni, who's no longer with us, but he began the process with us. So the Student Athlete Success Center will soon stand as another example of how the University of Arkansas is continuously evolving to meet the needs of its students. And that in large part is due to the leadership of our next speaker. And you've heard Jeff mention him and his contributions and his commitment to our student athletes. So without further ado, please welcome Chancellor Dave Gerhardt.
Well, thank you very much, Eric, and I want to say just a quick word about the leadership that Eric gives. I know Jeff's already touched on that, but we have made such strides in academics in our athletic department, and much of that is because of the work of Eric. And Eric, I want you to know how much all of us, the faculty, the administration, appreciate the great work that you're doing. I also want to thank you for picking a nice warm day to have this dedication. My nose is running. This groundbreaking is a big step forward for the athletics department, and let me tell you why. We ask a lot of our student athletes. We ask a lot of their time. We ask a lot of their bodies. We ask a lot of their minds. We ask a lot of their character. We ask them to push themselves harder than they've ever been pushed and to reach higher than they've ever reached before. We ask them to represent the University of Arkansas at all times and in all places, because as Razorbacks, they are often the most visible face of the University of Arkansas. Now, I've got to tell you, folks, that people in Kentucky don't know who the Chancellor of the University of Arkansas is, but I have a pretty good idea they know who Michael Qualls is. And that can be a heavy load for our student athletes to bear. Anything we can do to lessen the load and enhance their ability to succeed as student athletes, we owe it to them to do it. What I really like about the Student Athlete Success Center is that it addresses the needs of the athlete and not just the sport. It addresses the whole student, nutritionally, professionally, and academically. And by the way, isn't that why we're here, academics? We always want our students to leave this university in a better position than when they arrived. And the student-athlete graduation success rate of 74%, let me say that again, 74%, suggests that we're doing just that. The Student-Athlete Success Center will be another way to augment those efforts. So I want to give a hearty congratulations to Vice Chancellor and Director of Athletics, Jeff Long, and the entire athletics department on taking this step. It is another big step in a year that has been full of them. We have a fantastic athletic director. He believes in winning, but he believes in winning the right way, and I'm grateful to him, as all of our faculty are. As you know, this fall we dedicated the Fred W. Smith Football Center and broke ground on the Basketball Performance Center. These are all important components of the Razorback Athletics Facilities Master Plan. Let me also thank and give a big thank you to the Donald W. Reynolds Foundation for its support of this new facility, and in particular the board chair, Fred W. Smith, who made a gift to name the Jeff Long Student Athlete Development Program. And of course, let me thank our dear, dear friends, the Bogle family, Marilyn and Bob. The Bogle family has done so much for this university and this athletic department. You only need to look around and you can see their legacy. And Marilyn, when Jeff told you that we were going to be moving the Bogle Center to this new building, I'm sure the first thing you thought was, well, that's going to cost me some more money. You folks have been so generous to this university, and we want you to know how deeply, deeply grateful we are for your trust in Razorback Athletics and the University of Arkansas. And Marilyn, you and Bob and your family also represent a strong commitment to the young women and the young men who represent our university in intercollegiate athletics as students and as athletes. Both the Reynolds Foundation, the Smith family, the Bogle family are making clear their belief in our university and its future. So, like you, ladies and gentlemen, I look forward to seeing the finished product. It's going to be fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Chancellor. And our next speaker is also someone familiar with how intercollegiate athletics and academics can work together for the success of the university and our student athletes. He serves the university and Razorback athletics in a very important role as the chairman of the Faculty Athletics Committee. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Kurt Rome.
On behalf of the faculty, thank you for the honor, the opportunity, and the pleasure to share this important event today. It's a very personal privilege because as a lifelong Razorback fan and a lifetime member of the Alumni Association, I graduated from this institution, and I've been watching Razorback athletics for 50-some years. The university faculty and the Razorback athletics program share some common values and virtues. We all seek to achieve, and we all respect success. And we know that learning is a team sport. We're all in this together. The groundbreaking today and the funds provided for the Student Success Center are visible commitments to the success of our student athletes and thereby the success of the entire university. The Faculty Athletics Committee, which I chair, is committed to ensuring a good, high-quality Razorback student athletic and academic experience at the university. The committee meets monthly as a communication bridge between the academic and the athletic sides of the university. Each month, we invite a coach or a member of a team's coaching staff to come visit with us. During those meetings, the faculty commonly ask 3 questions. When recruiting students, what do you tell students about the university and why do they come here? How is the university experience for your students? And what are the plans for your students when they graduate from the University of Arkansas? We're told the University Razorbacks come here for 3 reasons: to compete in the SEC, because of outstanding athletic facilities, and because of the university, its educational experience, and its sense of community. We're told that the students have a good experience here, both athletically and academically. It's a good college experience. And although many of the athletes come with aspirations of being a professional athlete, most graduate with aspirations of being professionals in their career fields. Or as they say on TV, they go pro in something other than their sport. You know, on a campus, it's sometimes real easy to characterize and derogatorily stereotype athletes as nothing but dumb jocks. But we know from our experience and our empiricism that the opposite is true. The Razorback student athletes are anything but. The students within this program are high ability, high achievers. They bring characteristics of grittiness and determination, persistence and drive. Deep within inside of their DNA is a motivation to compete and succeed. And they do. They're Razorbacks true to that name. Our students not only perform at the highest level in their play field and on their court, but also in the highest level in the classroom. The academic performance of Razorback athletes is notable in their grade point average and their graduation rate. And we as faculty notice that those metrics are improving all the time, especially in recent years. Our students are more competitive than ever and finding more success. Almost unnoticed, our Razorback athletes win institutional national scholarships and awards, not just for their sport, but because of their academic achievement. The university faculty commend the coaching staffs, the Razorback academic staff, the Razorback administration for their dedication to academic achievement and success. They like winners, like we all do. And as faculty, I'll say that we're proud to be on that team. Therefore, speaking for more than 1,500 instructional faculty and staff at the university, please accept our gratitude and thanks for recognizing the academic achievement and success are an important goal of the University of Arkansas. This new building is a manifestation and a dedication to that goal. We're grateful to the donors for their support of this effort, to the administration who are making it possible, to the staff who will provide assistance within it, and to the coaches who will make their students fill it. Thanks to all of you for making this happen today. It's our unified goal as Razorbacks, which we all are, to have students be successful in their sports, successful in their careers, and importantly, successful in their lives. I personally look forward to seeing this building rise from the ground, become filled with vital activities, and the success it will bring our university. It will make our university greater. Thanks for letting us all be part of the team. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you, Dr. Rome. It's a pleasure working with you and our faculty athletics rep, Dr. Sharon Hunt, on a monthly basis. Always a wonderful meeting and a wonderful partnership, and thank you for being here today. With all due respect to the folks on the stage, we're going to hear next from the person everybody came to hear from the most, I believe, and that's one of our student athletes. Our next speaker is someone who has a true appreciation for what the Student Athlete Success Center will mean to Razorback student athletes. There are a number of student athletes in the audience today. Put your hand up really quick if you are a student athlete, if you're a Razorback student athlete. Take a look at that, the folks that have shown up today. So our next speaker is a representation of the 460 student athletes that have comprised the GPA of a 3.17 this past fall semester, the highest that we have seen on record, at least since Jeff Long's tenure here. So she's here today to speak on behalf of the student athletes who will utilize the Student Athlete Success Center on a daily basis. Please join me in welcoming our Vice President of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, which for those of you that are unfamiliar with that group, essentially serves as our student government and the liaison and the communication vessel to our administration. But she's the Vice President of that group, and she's a women's basketball student athlete, the outstanding Joey Bailey.
Good afternoon. I'm so thankful to be here, and on behalf of SAC and the entire student body, I would like to thank you. Because this is the first step toward an awesome and bright future for Razorback student athletes. Thank you to our Vice Chancellor and Athletic Director, Jeff Long, and his athletic staff for the vision and willingness to make this happen. We would like to thank Chancellor Gerhardt for his continuous support. I would like to thank Sean Rochelle and Razorback Foundation staff, as well as Kale Gober from the Athletic Development Department for hitting the streets and finding the donors to support our vision. Last but certainly not least, a special thank you to our donors who make this building a reality. I mentioned that this is the beginning to a bright future. The standard of absolute excellence and the expectation to never yield that has been established here at Arkansas can be continued in this top-notch facility. This opportunity will allow the ultimate student-athlete experience. In this new facility, student athletes will have all of the tools and technology to succeed in the classroom as well as personal development. The much-needed additional space will allow for a more comfortable and efficient work environment and study time. The addition of a much-needed dining hall will provide student athletes with the resources to reach their goals and prepare us to perform at a higher level. On behalf of the student athletes, I would like to thank the administration for recognizing the importance of teaching us how to properly fuel our bodies. Our incredible student development and academic counselors and staff will have the resources they need to assist student athletes on a daily basis. These dedicated mentors work tirelessly to ensure that student athletes have every opportunity to be successful in the classroom and beyond. These members deserve a special thank you. They impact so many Razorbacks' lives and deserve a home where they can continue and serve and guide future Razorbacks. The most exciting part to me about the development of this center is the realization that what is happening right now at this moment will influence thousands of Razorbacks in a positive manner for years to come. I'm so thankful to be a part of such an incredible start to a facility that will play a powerful role in the lives of student athletes and future leaders of Arkansas. Thanks again to everyone for being here. I am thrilled for the future here at Arkansas. We have the best support system in the country, and I thank all of you who support us. It's such a blessing to be part of the Razorback family. Go Hogs!
Gosh, I don't know about you. I just love to hear when our student athletes speak at all of our events, Red Tie, Hog Speeds, any of these groundbreaking ceremonies. They're just a constant reminder why our coaches and our administrators got into the business. They're just a constant reminder. And before he goes unnoticed, Cody Walker is also here representing our student athletes. Please join me in giving him a round of applause. Please stand, Cody. Cody will join us when we get to the moment, which is the point that we're at right now. Okay, we've reached the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time to officially begin the construction of the Student Athlete Success Center. At this time, I'd like to invite those on stage to join our student athletes, Joey and Cody up front. As we prepare to break ground on the Student Athlete Success Center, please grab your commemorative hats, and we will make our way down.
I'm going to ask a special guest to join me at the shovel, and that'd be Miss Marilyn Bogle.
Round of applause for our band and cheer squad. Well, that concludes our ceremony. We invite you to join us at Bogle Park for a cookout and some Razorback softball. If you'll also notice on the way out, if you see the orange cones, it'll give you an idea of the footprint of how massive this facility is going to be. I mean, we're currently in a 15,000 square foot facility. This facility will be 55,000 square feet, okay? It will be the best in the SEC, okay? So take a look at the cones and join us at Bogle Park. Student athletes, we have specifically ordered some wonderful food for you, and we can go on and cheer on the Razorbacks. Thank you, everybody, for coming out, and have a wonderful day.